Okay, I have a mic splitter plugged in because I wanted to see if I could get the two mics to function on the same stream. I realize that might jeopardize some quality and whatnot, but I don't really have much money to spend on supplies. So, for now, and I like the idea of just growing this with grassroots style, organic. I know all that shit that, like, is a buzzword, but I think has applicable meaning. So I stepped away from the camera because I'm also stepping away from the second mic. The second mic is next to my dog, who's half snoring, half looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? It's raining because I live in Washington State, and it always fucking rains here. I'm gonna move to the other mic now. Hey, cat, say something. Meow. Meow. Okay, mic number 2. I'm about 7 feet from the other mic. I don't know how much they're going to pick up on each other and all that shit. I don't know anything about this stuff. I just want to talk. God damn it, cat. I can't sit down anywhere without this cat just fucking climbing on me and then instantly falling asleep. Like, I don't sit still. I don't sit still. You know this. And yet you continue to just follow me. Plop. Not like I got shit to do. Well, I'm currently unemployed, so I really don't. But, man, who out there likes their job and gets paid decently? Like, fudge. I feel like good jobs are disappearing really quickly. Insert an Andrew Yang quote here. I know I'm biased because I'm struggling, and that struggle life can create a filter or like a lens in which you see everything. And it can be despairing. It can be detrimental to one's physical and psychological health. Fuck, just look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Google that shit so you know what I'm talking about. The bottom rung, your safety and security needs. Actually, no, it's even before that, it's food and water. Food, shelter, water. I consider like the first rung or two, right? Maybe we should throw fire in there because I like being warm. I'm a bitch. I hate being cold. If I was given the opportunity to do something with Wim Hof, I would be like, you're the coolest motherfucker out there, but I can't hang with you. Anywho. So food, shelter, fire, water. But don't take those so literal now. As time progresses and as the simulation turns into the simulacra, as things begin to get copied and altered. Food doesn't look like food anymore. All that packaged fucking shit you could buy, and man, Americans are so fat, but you can't say that because then you're fat shaming. But you're all are so fat. Ugh. Sorry, I just really needed to get that out. 2/3. So 2/3 of Americans qualify as overweight or obese, and I would say 3/4 are, could spend a little extra time focusing on their diet and exercise. So anyways, food, and part of the reason that is this way is because we have just totally transformed the whole notion of what we consider to be food. That's that transformation, that simulation and simulacra that Jean Baudrillard talks about, and the Matrix metaphor. We are so far removed from what food actually is anymore. But don't worry, the truth is out there. The Matrix exists, but there are ways to live within it to experience a decent quality of life. I think, I hope. I don't know, I'm still working on deprogramming that shit. Anyway, so food, shelter. Man, look at what we've done to the housing market. House prices are absurdly high. Rent prices are absurdly high. You have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to get by. And I don't understand it. Like, how in the richest, fucking greatest, supposedly greatest, I believe Atlantis existed. And I think Atlantis was awesome. But also, it fell too because it failed to address its spiritual issues. But you can't get to those spiritual issues if you're stuck worrying about food, shelter, fire, water. And we can get into the conspiracy talk about how there are entities manipulating the masses to keep us in these lower rungs so we never find actualization. We never find enlightenment. But as soon as you say that, people just call you a conspiracy theorist, and which is such bullshit because everybody has this weird opinion that they can't prove, that anecdotally just almost seems to make sense. And yet, when someone else has one that you don't agree with, oh, you just label them and move on. But we all really need to come together and realize we're fucking being controlled. We're brainwashed sheep, indoctrinated. Ugh. So food, we talked about shelter, fire. What is fire? That is heat, that is electricity, that is power. Why are we still using coal? Why are we still using coal? What the fuck happened to Tesla? You might hear my bitch cat. She's going at it. Anyways, Tesla was oppressed. His work was sabotaged and stolen. I'm telling you guys, there is a world beyond what you can see. You are living in the Matrix, but you can escape. Food, fire, shelter, water. Oh man, water. We're like 60 to 70% water, our entire bodies. Bruce Damer has a really cool origin of life theory that revolves around ponds filling and drying up, that cycle of water. Anywho, you should Google it. Check it out. It's really cool. Our bodies are 60 to 70% water. But did you know? You've heard about electrolytes, right? You can't just drink plain fucking water. Or the water that they take shit out of, or the water that they put shit in. Fluoride, y'all, in 100 years, we're going to look back and be like, what the fuck were we doing? So, okay, water, 60 to 70% water. You need your electrolytes. Your body, to operate its potassium pump, really likes a ratio of 4-to-1 potassium to sodium. Yet we put so much fucking sodium in our foods, and our ratios are flipped. People are unhealthy. People aren't. Sorry, this is the shit that I just can't talk about that I need to get out, which is why I'm doing this. Even if nobody watches, it kind of just feels nice. In a previous video, mentioned this is just catharsis. Food, fire, shelter, water. All of those we're miserably failing on. In Buckminster Fuller, Bucky Fuller, back in the 50s and 60s, and even before and after, but that's, I think, when he was more in his prime, talked greatly about how we have the resources to take care of our people and still build this wonderful, I don't want to say utopian society, because if you believe in good and evil, light and dark, whatever, it's always going to exist. There's always going to be suffering. There's always going to be pain. But the ratio of pain to pleasure that the peasants are being provided it's out of whack as a result of these entities that are controlling the masses. Food, fire, shelter, water. We don't need these mega mansions. They're cool, and yeah, we should have some. But we should really focus on building affordable houses. But they don't now, because those affordable houses nowadays aren't affordable. Like a normal family house isn't profitable for the builder and the bank. And god damn it, dude. Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say a house is built in 1980. All paid for. The person, materials, builder, contractor, everyone's paid. House is paid for. That person then sells that house again for double what everything went into it, even though everyone already got paid. The speculation inherent within the real estate industry creates these bubbles. Something that has been bought and paid for does not need to be so ridiculously inflated in value. But that perpetuates the banking system. Oh man, central banking. Oh, that's going to be a whole other video. But those entities, again, in these systems, this corrupt capitalist form that we have, the universe appreciates efficiency, which is, for me, why I do not fully disregard capitalism. The idea that merit matters. I appreciate that. The universe appreciates efficiency. Check out Buckminster Fuller Synergetics. So we shouldn't eliminate the idea that some people are going to produce more than others, and they're just going to have a natural ability to do so. We need to give them an incentive to harness their skills. If you just say everyone's equal and everyone gets the same shit, the hunters need to hunt. Hunter-gatherer tribes understood that based on the individual members' capacity to contribute to the tribe, they would find a role. But I also believe removing like the divided concept of the indigenous people, how some tribes hated other tribes, within the tribe itself, within any group itself, there is a lot of love and a lot of desire to take care of oneself. We need to get to a place where we look at the human race as one tribe, because we are just humans on this spaceship Earth. That's Buckminster Fuller book and quote. So I'm not taking credit for that, but it's a really cool concept to think. We're all on board this spinning, swirling fucking mass of matter and mana. We need to treat it with respect, with reverence. There is so much beauty, so much love that can be found in this world. We need to come together. We really do. We need to take care of our communities and our people. We can, while also still pursuing a balanced lifestyle of hedonism and selflessness. I want you to have fun. Oh, fuck yes. I want you to have pleasure. But you also need to have pain. And I'm not saying like go cut yourself or whatnot, but pain is the other side of the coin to love. I have a dog and a cat that, while living in this van, have been my saving grace. But I need to remember that they're going to be gone someday. So that tremendous amount of love is going to come with a gigantic cost of pain in the future. And this is what the Stoics strive for, is that sort of understanding of past, present, future, and remaining neutral throughout the stages. But underneath the surface, experiencing and embracing those emotions and those sensations, but not letting them take hold, not letting them take over. We're in another dark ages, friends. An emotional dark ages, a spiritual dark ages. Our consciousness is being suppressed. This is our call to action. This is our duty to come together. Thank you for listening.